Headlines. Botswana said to be a destination of choice for investors. Acting President Mr. Botswana reaffirmed government's commitment to address employee welfare issues. And development of badminton across all continents crucial. We're live from Gaborone, the capital. Good afternoon. Now, in our first story, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi has concluded the Boston leg of his U.S. working visit and begins his New York round this morning, where he is to attend the Global Citizen Now Summit. In Boston, he gave a keynote address at the Legatum Center for Development and Entrepreneurship Conference, where he highlighted Botswana's fast-paced investment into building innovators and a business-minded citizenry that could positively impact the country's GDP. He also shared investment opportunities available in Botswana in the innovation value chain. The president and his delegation were apprised on the latest innovation projects undertaken by some individuals at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which are in different stages. The delegation interacted with the leaders of MIT Media Lab, MIT Sandbox, and Material Impact in sessions that inspired new hope for solutions to the challenges facing humanity. This Boston leg was led by the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, which, according to Permanent Secretary Mr. Kabelo Ibineng, was very successful.
A memorandum of understanding has been signed between the Botswana government, represented by the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, for the purpose of making sure that we harness as much as we can from those people that have already, done the work. The idea of collaborating in the manner that we have is to make sure that we do not only support our youth, we do not only support our universities, but enable people who can come in with ideas that work, amplify those ideas, spread them, and have them exported. So with MIT coming in, we'll have an opportunity to have links that go directly to the Botswana International University of Science and Technology, the University of Botswana, Botswana University of Buan, so that they can start not only teaching, but going into areas of research and development as a means of applying again ideas that work.
Now, the acting president, Mr. Botswana, says government recognizes the role of workers, hence the resuscitation of the bargaining council to address employer and employee issues. The acting president made these remarks when addressing workers during the Labor Day commemoration in Reikops.
The Labor Day recognizes the invaluable contribution of workers, their welfare, dedication, and hard work in the development of the society, as well as finding ways of improving service delivery. The acting president, Mr. Botswana, informed workers that government is committed to improving the welfare of workers, like harnessing cordial relations between the employer and the employee.
One of the most noteworthy achievements that we as a government take immense pride in is the revival of the Public Service Bargaining Council. The reinstatement of this council has facilitated the amicable resolution of long-standing challenges that were once contentious points of debate, such as issues surrounding salary increments. The government has taken significant steps to enhance the welfare of public service employees by recently revising the minimum wage to 2,500.
Mo motseng wa rona re sa tswa go bona komponi ya BHC e ribolola dikago tse di taagiwang mo bogautshwaneng tsa mantu a ka tshwara 30. Ena ke nngwe ya lethoko le leng gore babereki ba lela ka yone, ba te ba thuse babereki ka bonno kana ka mantu a bonno.
Workers shared some of their views.
Re tshwanetse ra lebella le di tse dingwe tse di tshwahetseng tse di tshwana le salary increment. Ga gona mmereki ope yo ka tsamang dingwaga a sa hiwe a meaningful salary increment.
Well, as this shift towards the green economy is inevitable, as workers, we are called upon to ensure this transitional shift does not harm us and our jobs.
Lemogang ha le le ba anelwa bagolo mo setšhabeng, lemogang ha le le ba anelwa bagolo mo go tsamaiseng itshwelelo ya lehatshe.
The acting president implored workers to participate in other sectors of the economy, such as farming, so that they can sustain their lives after retirement from public service or any other work. Sebastian Teboho, BTV News, Ray Cobbs.
Well, on the same note, Counsel Kata Joseph of Lumbile Legal Practice has urged the All Botswana Federation of Public, Private and Parastatal Sector Union and other workers' unions to work together in making sure the minimum wage set by the government applies to every sector of the economy. Counsel Joseph said this during the May Day commemoration in Maung. Counsel Joseph said that the spirit of partnership and working towards maintaining a good relationship and having a collective bargaining council will help in fostering the vision of the country in attaining its high income status. Adding this can easily be achieved when no one is earning below minimum wage. He said that it is important to know when you are a unionist about self-organization and collective bargaining as they drive good working relationship with the hiring parties.
Re santse re tlhaloganya thata gore ha re kopane rote re bua go sa kgathalese gore mang ke mang ebile mang ke eng re utlwala thata go gaisa ha re harologane re bua mongwe le mongwe a eme ho ke dumela thata gore bontsi ba rona ba re leha ke sa gore ke nyatsa ope re utlwa ka ditsebe tsotlhe ke ne ke re akanyang gore o kane rothe re dumalana re sokola rothe re tswa kgakala rothe re duela mo pateng mongwe hela ebe rothe re bua mme re sa dumalane gore go tare dua mang ke a le kopa ba ka o lengwe ka re nya te batho ke le se buisa lona gompieno ka re kopa ka re nya mme a re ne mmogo re utlwaneng kopana makao lengwe buang ka lentswe le lengwe la gore re a kopa mohiri ge a ko buse te re kgone go ipuela te re kgone go dumalana gore nya re bata se kana re bata ha le re ga pala bogolo re kopane mo tseleng gona le gore re la ya re tole re le dila ya la re ba bereki go sna o por kopantsha mo tseleng.
As we move on with our stories, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Ms. Ellen Madisa, says government intends to ensure that local products and services are competitive on the global market and that this therefore rather calls for quality assurance. She says this will go a long way in ensuring that local entrepreneurs penetrate global markets. Khorata Moranyane has more.
In today's global economy, maintaining high-quality standards is crucial to Botswana to remain competitive in the global market. Botswana, like many other countries, has recognized the importance of quality driving the economy and development, hence the enactment of the National Quality Policy last year.
The national policy expresses our ideals in quality implementation, including setting the quality infrastructure and implementation of technical regulations, which are critical to production of quality goods and services in accordance with international best practices so that our goods are internationally competitive. One cannot downplay the role played by high quality infrastructure. This is because it provides direct positive impact such as high efficiency, increased safety, decreased environmental impact, and more effective delivery of goods and services. As such, the government and the private sector have to work together to ensure that this infrastructure serves the purpose that we want to achieve. And I'm happy that all the quality managers are here, as we also need the technical people to ensure that quality policy is implemented efficiently
In order for Botswana to build a resilient economy, there is a need to infuse standards that demand quality from businesses and different stakeholders.
For Botswana's competitiveness, re rela gore ha re dira dilo tsa quality, kana quality ke yone the cornerstones of competitiveness. Standardization, accreditation, and quality assurance are the critical ones, as well as measurement. So for us to achieve this, we need the quality managers to assist, because once they can assist with that, with the quality assurance and all related initiatives, Botswana will move in the right direction for being global competitive, be it Keko industry or Keko di organizations. Because
Botswana are encouraged to demand quality from their service providers. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
We're live from Gaborone, the capital. Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Ministry of Communications, Knowledge and Technology and Cisco International Company signed a memorandum of understanding in Gaborone on Tuesday. The memorandum aims at exploring opportunities which will help Botswana accelerate its digital transformation plan. The Minister of Communications, Knowledge and Technology, Mr. Thulagano Sekgokgo, says this will help Botswana to realize its ambitions of transforming from an upper middle income to a high income status by 2036. Amagala Molatlegi with the details.
Botswana is on an expedition to transition to a knowledge-based economy through the National Vision 2036. The use of innovation, research and technology could be instrumental in attaining this ambition. Cisco, an international leading network company from America, is set to help Botswana realize this by training the local citizens in attaining this.
Here last year, and we met His Excellency, and we unpacked the country digital plans of Botswana. We had a workshop with the team where we focused on priority projects as we as Cisco will come into Botswana and bring the power of Cisco in the form of technology, in the form of financial resources, to build the digital strategy in the landscape of Botswana. I think we're really looking forward to it. We are looking to start as early as Monday already with the planning on the first project.
The government of the United States has been very, very active in facilitating training for Botswana, sending them to the United States to get world-class training in any kind of IT activities. And so we think that that's been an important contributor. In addition to that, you'll recall that last year at the U.S.-Africa Business Summit that happened here in Gaborone in July, we announced a $1 million grant to Bofinet to help to expand the internet, to push it out to the most remote areas.
Minister Thulagano Sekgokgo applauded the gesture, saying it will help Botswana strengthen its strategy, which supports the goal of transforming its economy from upper middle to a high income status by 2036.
The agreement that we signed, we're facilitating the expansion of our digital infrastructure for Bofinet. But I think those that will recall, a few weeks, if not 2 weeks ago, we had a delegation again from France that came through, and we met with them at the Innovation Hub. And more specifically, again, speaking to the same matter and issue around creating an innovation ecosystem in Botswana. So you can see that the principal agenda, the intent of His Excellency to see to it that Botswana drives to a knowledge-based economy is really has impetus through these agreements. And we are very confident and very encouraged, particularly by the comments.
The collaboration between Cisco and the Ministry of Communication, Knowledge and Technology will also offer young people the necessary skills and knowledge for job creation. Amukala Molatlegi, BTV News, Gaborone.
And now in our last story, the Glitz Awards director, Mr. Nkgopola Ntlomelang, says the creative industry has a lot of potential that has not been tapped nor appreciated enough in this country, hence the inception of the Glitz Awards ceremony to recognize the creatives. This was noted at the nominee launch of the 3rd annual Glitz Awards in Gaborone. Khorata Moranyane reports.
According to a study by the Botswana National Commission for UNESCO, creative industries contribute approximately 3% of the Botswana's gross domestic product, which indicates that there's room for economic impact by the creative sector. As a result, the director of GLETS Awards said that it is important to appreciate and grow the creative sector.
The essence of this project is just simple. Of course, it's very challenging. But the bottom line is we have realized a potential, and one sector that has gone untapped, that has been celebrated without even a proper functional structure. I think the difference between what has been happening and over the past 3 years, if I may just single it out that way, they have never been recognized in a proper structure like this one. So initially what we wanted to do was Santla, rubber package, rubber tise ko di sponsoring, rubber tise ko the corporate world, rubber tise ko Botswana, let alone the misconception ya gore ga gona di celebrities mo Botswana.
The creative economy is one of the world's fastest growing sectors, which create employment and income, promoting innovation and contributes to society's well-being.
We want to cultivate that spirit of creativity and spark mindset change. So the GLETS Awards celebrate excellence in Botswana, showcasing local talent and creativity. But the individuals and organizations that excel in their respective fields, the GLETS Awards inspire others to pursue their passions and strive for excellence.
About 200 nominees were announced yesterday for the 3rd annual GLETS Awards. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
And with that last story, we now take the sports news with Ntebogang Sebetlela, who's on standby.
Thank you very much, Khomotseho Utugile. Now in context, as sports news follows with me, Ntebogang Sebetlela. The president of Botswana Badminton Association, Bodisauzile Batubi, who recently attended the Badminton World Federation's annual general meeting in Chengdu, China, says one of the emphasized areas was to develop badminton across all continents, as it currently ranks amongst the 5 top most watched sports federations in the world. Tlamelo Munsusi.
Around 151 member affiliates approved some of the agendas brought forward by the leadership.
As the members, we approved the leadership ya BWF hore ba form a now corporate wing, a corporate division e leng gore e tabe itebagantse le gore ba he ho se mosepelo e leng gore re leka go attracta di resources mo motshamekong wa badminton. It's saying those resources are then trickled down to the member associations, Botswana being one of them.
The Badminton World Federation also maintained its position to suspend National Badminton Federation of Russia following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
It was being voted upon by all countries by way of secret ballot for obvious reasons, as I believe you can imagine. It was a very close call, very close vote. Le hatsela Russia le na melentse le segetse ha thoko mo go tsenyeng di player mo go neng a member association of the BWF. When it comes to the basis ya batshameki gore batshameki ba ba tswang from Russia, they can enter BWF tournaments provided they enter them as independents, not representing the state of Russia.
But Duby also highlighted that they had a meeting with Azerbaijan Badminton Federation delegation together with FlexPro, a manufacturing company that deals with badminton equipment, to find ways to work together for the benefit of both parties in future. FlexPro has already donated equipment worth over $10,000 US. Tlamelo Munsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And on a sad note, Botswana Cricket Association mourns the passing of national team player Thandiwe Kegapilwe, who passed on in a car accident on Tuesday together with her mother, Pastor Ompemetse Kegapilwe. BCA explained that Thandiwe's sudden departure has left the cricket body in shock and profound sadness, as she was a passionate player with dedication and a vibrant spirit. The Palape-born, who donned the popular jersey 11, played 24 T20 matches where she scored 88 runs. According to the association, Thandiwe's remarkable innings may have come to an end, but her legacy will live on the cricket field. Kegapilwe played 6 years for the senior and the under-20 women's national teams. Now, moving on into basketball, Mamba Sitters are the inaugural winners of this year's 3-on-3 Basketball Ladies League after beating Putin's Angels 11-10. The competition's main aim was to help improve the standard of female players in the sport. Ryan Kangwanyane.
Mamba Sitters went into the finals after beating Cool Cats 11-7, while Putin's Angels edged out Ravens 9-4 in the semi-finals. Putin's Angels were first to go on the score sheet, registering 2 points before Mamba Sitters bounced back to level matters at 2-all. Mamba Sitters never looked back as they took a 10-6 lead. Putin's Angels, however, managed to come back into the match, forcing a heavy ending as they made it 11-10, just a point behind Mamba Sitters. Putin's Angels were too little too late as Mamba Sitters won the game by 11-10.
We played pretty well. We strategized the whole game before we got on the court. We looked at the players on the opposing team and we looked at how we are going to overcome in terms of defense play in this game and who our matchups are going to be against in this team. I think the tournament was actually great. I appreciate the fact that there was an initiative taken to actually have a tournament solely dedicated to women in basketball, which is going to actually help grow the basketball community for the women.
It was a good game. It was a bit tough. We were up against a very good ladies team, but we did try our best and the score was a bit tight, which means we did put in the work that was needed. The ladies teams were really good teams. The tournament was amazing. It really pushes the initiative via women's basketball, which we really need as ladies, more Botswana had to push basketball. Yeah.
This was supposed to be a 12-week league where every Saturday we met here and the games would play according to the schedule. So it was really to have something exclusive for the women, because most tournaments we have, you'll find only 2 ladies teams, 5 ladies teams. It's not so many teams, but here we had 12, and that was the idea, bring a big number of ladies together. Secondly, we broke it down to say we would want older female players to motivate, encourage, and be role models to the younger ones. So it was broken down to say every team of the 4 players, one should be 28 years and above. One should be between 24 and 28 years old. One should be under 24 years old, and they can have an additional player. This was really so that the older players, they can play in the same team with a young person who sees them as a role model and sees that I can also stay in the sport. She's 29, she's playing. I'm 18, I can stay until 28. So those were some of the ideas behind having this women-only league, just to have that whole sustainability of women in basketball.
Mamba Sitters went home with gold medals and 3,500 pula prize money, while second place Putin's Angels got 2,000 pula and silver medals. Third place went to Cool Cats, who were rewarded with 1,000 pula as well as bronze medals. Ryan Kangwanyane, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
From In Context, the sports desk, that was all we had for you this hour until we meet again later in the day with our Sona Bulletin. For now, thank you for staying with us and good afternoon.
We continue as an industry to work hard